You are lying completely still. You are unconscious. You are breathing slowly. You smell like food. And somewhere out there in the dark, something with better senses than any human ever had knows exactly where you are. It found you hours ago. It has been watching you this whole time, and it hasn't moved an inch closer. The question that should genuinely unsettle you is, why? Because by every measure that matters in the wild, you are helpless. You weigh enough to be worth the effort. You can't run. You can't fight. You have no claws, no venom, no armor. A sleeping human in a tent is, on paper, one of the easiest meals anything has ever come across. And yet, across every continent where large predators still roam, the same pattern holds. They find you. They circle you. They watch you from distances, close enough to close in seconds. And they walk away. This isn't luck. This isn't the tent saving you. This is something written into the behavior of every large predator still alive on this planet. And the reason it exists goes back much further than most people realize. Let's start with what's actually happening on the predator's side, because most people have it completely backwards. A grizzly bear can pick up your scent from over a mile away, depending on the wind. A wolf can hear your heartbeat under the right conditions. A leopard can track the specific sound of your breathing and know from the rhythm alone that you're asleep and not faking it. These animals are not missing you. They are not confused about where you are. They found you before you finished setting up camp. What they're doing when they circle and don't approach isn't hesitation. It's calculation. Predators are not built for bravery. They're built for survival. And in the wild, those two things are almost opposites. A wolf that charges something it doesn't fully understand doesn't pass on its genes. A leopard that misjudges a situation and gets injured can't hunt, can't eat, and dies slowly. Every large predator alive today is descended from ancestors that were cautious first and bold only when the odds were clear. And you sleeping in your tent do not give clear odds. Here's the first thing that makes you strange to them. You don't respond the way anything edible responds. Every prey animal on Earth has a hardwired reaction to being sensed by a predator. A deer locks up. A rabbit explodes into motion. A zebra bolts with the herd. Predators have spent millions of years reading those responses, timing their movements around them, building entire hunting strategies on the predictability of fear. You have none of those responses. You lie still for hours. Your breathing doesn't change when they approach. You don't bolt. You don't freeze. You don't do anything that registers as prey behavior to a predator whose entire hunting instinct is calibrated to trigger on movement and flight. A sleeping human is not an invitation. It's a malfunction. Something that should be prey but isn't behaving like it. And that gap between what they expect and what they're seeing reads as danger. There's a documented behavior in animal psychology called neophobia, fear of the unfamiliar, and it is not a weakness in predators. It is one of the primary reasons they've survived this long. In the wild, the things you don't recognize are statistically the things most likely to hurt you. A new shape in the dark, a smell that has no match in memory, a sound that doesn't fit any pattern. The correct response to all of those things is not curiosity. It is distance. Humans trigger neophobia on almost every channel simultaneously. We carry synthetic fabrics that have no scent equivalent anywhere in nature. We carry metal. We carry residue from cooked food, from soap, from plastics, from environments that predators have never entered. Our sweat itself is chemically unusual, loaded with compounds from everything we've consumed and every surface we've touched. To a wolf processing your scent for the first time, you are not a meal. You are a warning with no name attached. But here's the layer underneath all of that, which almost nobody talks about. Humans have been killing large predators for a very long time. Not decades, not centuries, hundreds of thousands of years. We hunted wolves before we domesticated them. We drove the cave lion to extinction. We pushed the dire wolf off the face of the earth. We have been, across the entire span of our existence, one of the most consistently dangerous things large predators have ever encountered. And predators remember, not individually, generationally. The populations that treated sleeping humans like opportunity got hunted out. The ones that kept their distance survived, reproduced, and passed that caution down. What you're protected by tonight isn't a fence or a fire. It's 10,000 years of the wrong predators dying. The wilderness has already learned what you are. Now attacks do happen. They're rare, but they're real. And understanding them actually proves the point, rather than breaking it. When researchers dig into the cases where predators do approach sleeping humans, almost every single one traces back to a broken variable. A bear that has been fed by campers long enough that it no longer reads humans as a threat. It reads them as a source. A predator so injured it can no longer hunt its natural prey and has crossed into desperation. An animal cornered or surprised so suddenly its defensive instincts fire before its caution does. What you almost never find is a healthy wild predator that simply decided a sleeping human looked like a reasonable meal. Because to a predator whose instincts are intact, that calculation never quite adds up. The smell is wrong, the behavior is wrong, the risk is unquantifiable. And in the wild, unquantifiable risk is the one thing every survivor learns to leave alone. There's something quietly extraordinary sitting inside all of this. For most of human history, we told ourselves a story about the dark. That it was hostile. That something out there wanted to get us. We built fires and walls and locked our doors and slept in groups because we genuinely believed the night was organized against us. And in some ways that fear made sense once. Early humans were more exposed, more vulnerable, more prey-like than we are now. But somewhere along the way, the balance shifted so completely that we didn't notice. We became so widespread, so dangerous, so deeply embedded in every landscape, across every continent, that the wild reorganized itself around us. The predators that didn't adjust are gone. The ones still out there have been shaped by our presence for longer than civilization has existed. The dark isn't looking at you the way you're looking at it. Whatever is out there tonight, and something probably is, already knows you're there. It picked up your scent before you fell asleep. It has been aware of your breathing the entire time. And it has made its decision, not because it can't reach you, because somewhere in the deep wiring of every predator still walking this earth, there is a lesson older than language. A lesson written in the bones of every ancestor that got it wrong. You are not prey. You are something else entirely. Sleep well.